Hey music friends, the last time you may have seen this particular demonstration was when I took the guitar that I made and disassembled it. Now I made the trip across the big pond, across the Atlantic Ocean. I'm actually in Amsterdam right now, and I want to show you exactly how to put this back together. So I hope. Let's first see how this survived the trip. This particular section here is the neck. So let's see if there's anything unusual about what happened when I traveled with the neck here. So here comes the neck out the big bag. Oh, good. And I made two little smaller bags to help me protect the other pieces. So I have those. Got to take them apart as well. All right. Get it loose. See what we can do with that. All right, see how that survived. All right, this is the bottom part. Let me keep that together for right now. Let's do the upper portion of the neck here. So get that loose as well. So I'll put it in these cloth bags to help protect it and put it in the suitcase. Let's see if this is gonna come apart here. Okay, getting there. Gotta take that apart. All right. Now, oops, caught up one more spot there. Trying to get it loose. All right. Okay. The upper part survived the trip. Now, one of the strings did kind of come loose here, it looks like. And the bottom part here, which is the tail piece, seems to have survived. And the next part, the base of the unit, the whole guitar, which has the electronic pickup. Let's see how well that made it. Well, there it is there. Let's see if I can kind of show whether or not. Alright, looks like that made it. There's that piece. Okay. Okay, so looks like it survived the trip fairly well. Now let's see if we can assemble it back together again. So the key thing is that the neck is going to end up needing to fit in this section here where they have the 4 screws. If you recall from the last video, have the knob screws on the bottom. So the neck is going to need to fit in that area, and this is going to be the interesting thing to see if I can get all this, what's called the tail piece situated. So for the tail piece, you kind of come underneath here. Just make sure all the strings go to the top, all right, and that they don't get caught up down here in the tailpiece section. All right, so that's going up there. There's the tailpiece. Then we need to make sure that all the strings line up in their respective locations where they belong. This could be tricky. Let's see how they get tangled. All right, so I kind of just take the neck here. Now, it's not really ready yet because I forgot to put the bridge. So the bridge is next. The bridge is just places right on top. And this is the part where you kind of need to get all the strings to go over the right spot of the bridge here. So I'm gonna try to get all these strings in order over the right spot of the bridge. You might need to see a little bit closer here what I'm talking about on the bridge. Like make sure that the upper string here does start with the upper string. We don't have any crossovers or anything like that. So and line them up. Now, one thing about this particular guitar that I made, unfortunately, because of the dimensions of the bass, the and the way the screws are lined in this base of wood, the tailpiece is off center from the bridge. So that's somewhat unfortunate that it turned out that way, but that's just the way it turned out. All right, here's where we're going to really possibly need to have a little bit of brute force. Okay, good. Well, now let's go ahead and put a little pressure down on here, but we're going to try to see, as we turn this over, can I be able to catch the guitar with these screws at the bottom. Looks like 2 of them did catch. These 2 right here apparently did catch the guitar, but the upper 2 have not done that yet. So what needs to be done, I kind of need to bend this a little bit that way, bend it up, and have these try to catch. Oh, this is looking good. Looking good. All right. I'm going to tighten them up a little more here, just so they don't come loose, so the neck will stay into place. All right. That's looking good, folks. And the other thing I want to make sure of is that each of these strings do line up with where they need to be on the bridge. So now I think I'm at the time where I can take the capo off. Remember, I put the capo on in disassembly to keep these upper strings from moving off their spot. And in fact, I do see a string that did move off its upper spot, one of these up here. So I need to make sure that I can move it back to where it belongs. It's this second one from the top. Gotta get it right up in here. It's looking good. Now I'll take the capo off. All right, and of course that's not all tuned yet, because if you recall from the other video, I actually loosened these up about 5 full turns, the nuts. So now I'm going to have to tighten them up 5 full turns.